recording. Everybody's on and good. All right, guys, what's up? Today we're going to cover a couple things. We're going to cover chapter 23 and where we're at after that first unit on on distance learning. So at the end here, I need some kind of feedback from you guys. There's going to be some questions I need y'all to kind of speak up and talk. Because we've got a unit done now. So we got to make adjustments. I want to try to keep it consistent as possible. So there's some questions that are geared for you guys to see, let me know what's going on, if something's working or not working. So first announcement, chapter 22 test has got to be done. Chapter 22, all chapter 22 work's got to be done by tomorrow. It is really tedious to do all this work on Google Forms and then trying to get it over to Focus. It's a pain. So I'm not grading anything. I'm not inputting anything after tomorrow for chapter 22. So if you have stuff missing, now's the time to do it. Check Focus. There's still about 8 people who need to take the test. So, okay, get that done. All right, just contact me and I gotta explain why you didn't take it first, and then I'll go take it. This week, you should have already completed your changing roles for women out of the gateway. I went back and there's some things that I want to make sure we focus on for the next chapter, chapter 23, and before we kind of get rolling. So you should have yesterday copied the PowerPoint. Today, I think it shared at 12. It might be 12:30. The YouTube video that'll go along with it. So, there's a lot of people asking, several people are asking, when's the YouTube video going to be released? If you look at the daily updates, and if you look, it's pretty self-explanatory. So I'm no longer going to answer questions on Google Classroom, that stuff that I've covered in the Google Meet, because we do it twice and I put a recording on. So just you guys, I don't think anybody on here is really kind of on that issue with that, but make sure you read over that stuff. It's been kind of a pain, man, that I'm getting messages at 10 o'clock at night with stuff that I've already covered in the Google Meet. So, or stuff that I'm going to cover. So yesterday you copied it. Today you're going to get part 1. I'm going to be honest with you. It's really kind of choppy after part 1. Part 2 has basically if somebody calls me or texts me, it knocks me off the recording. So I got to go back and start over. So I try to mix it up and try to for part 2, there's 2 part 2s because I got a phone call in the middle of teaching it. So make sure you watch both of them, and each one will have an exit ticket. So your exit ticket is technically going to be signed tomorrow. It's already assigned if you want to get started on it. It's going to be due Monday. Okay. I tried to give you a little bit, not try to overload you each day, to give you a little bit to work on, for each day. One thing we do need to talk about, and make sure we cover this, is make sure that you understand that we're getting into modern history. Modern history is always controversial because it's, there's still people get really kind of fired up about this stuff. There's still people that were alive when this stuff happened. So the history on it is kind of, it goes back and forth to kind of what you believe. So for example, in 23.1, you can already tell, we're talking about some adult stuff. And, I treat you like adults. I treat you like that you're big enough and old enough to kind of understand these things. So in section 1, I covered drug use, with hippies, sexual interactions on hippie communes. What does that lead to? So I'm covering adult things. And then the next section, we're talking about women's rights and abortion. Right. And then the next section, we're talking about the environment. So we're talking about some controversial things. At any point in time, you want to disagree or you feel strongly about something, the time to do it is on this Google Meet, and they're not all yet have cameras, but you can take off your mics and you can talk, you can ask questions. There's things that we can kind of cover. And I think that's going to be my plan going forward is after we, especially a lot of the stuff that we're going to cover, I'm going to have to recover it Monday to make sure that you get if you have any questions or any concerns or anything like that. I've always kind of started the year and started classes with everybody has a bias. I have a bias. You have a bias. News has a bias. Books have bias. Just understand that bias and where it comes from. And I've always been kind of honest with you where things I stand at and what my thinking goes. It does not have to be your thinking. Nor is it required. All I want basically you to do is to be exposed to it one way or the other, and for you to create your own your own kind of like, thesis on things, so whether that be you might like compromise seeing somebody else's perspective, or your perspective, your opinion is basically strengthened because now you're listening to somebody else. So those are the 4 major items I'm covering in this next chapter. I really like this chapter. I really wish we could talk about it as a class, and get into it. But we're going to talk about, you're going to see abortion. I'm going to talk about gender pay gap. I'm going to talk about the environment, sexual activity and drugs. So make sure you get on that. If you have any questions, bring it to me. Okay. So at this point in time, before I let you go, I need to hear from you guys. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to sit back. I need you to kind of like speak up here. Okay. Because right now, all I'm viewing is a bunch of like, I see a couple pictures. I know I see like, Brittany's on, but everybody else is just like, their letters. You can see what I'm seeing. I need to kind of hear from you guys a couple things, because we've done this for a chapter now, a unit, and now I kind of need to know your opinions on what I need to do to adjust these things. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to sit down and bring down my computer. Okay. I'm going to take a minute. And I know like some of you guys are nervous to talk online. But if you are nervous to talk on the mic, even though you're not in front of a class, you can go in the chat box. I'll pull it up in the chat box. But there's a couple questions I want to go through and see like where y'all are at. So first, I keep getting hit up by like administrations about pacing and that kind of stuff. So one, I want to know like your opinion. Are we going too fast? Or are we going too slow? I need your like opinion on where we're at after basically a week, because there are some like mental health issues when you talk like that I've got to be kind of concerned with. I don't want to stress you guys out and have you like, it sucks. It's a terrible time to kind of be living in right now. So I need to hear from you guys on pacing. Good, bad, indifferent. Could it get better? Could we go faster? Do I need to go slower?
I like the pace that we're going at right now.
Right.
Yeah, right now it's really like this is the only class where I actually feel like I'm getting really well at. Every other class is so stressful.
What?
It's the only class I feel like I'm getting all my work done. Yeah, sure, I didn't do well on the test, but at least I'm getting my stuff done.
What are other teachers doing that are making it stressful?
Miss McGahee is assigning just
Ingenuity.
so much work.
Ingenuity.
That's ridiculous.
Ingenuity, and this one teacher, my English teacher, she keeps saying make a copy of Google Forms, which we can't do, and then she doesn't even have specific areas where we can turn it in. So we're just all sitting here with things we can't turn in.
My math teacher just isn't really keeping contact with us. Like, she doesn't do the daily check-ins, and she doesn't do daily I can't think of the word right now, but she basically just will randomly put something on Google Classroom, and if I'm already looking, that's when I notice that it's there.
My teacher does the same exact thing.
Don't you have Miss Schneer too, Brittany?
Yes.
Then you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
I have Miss Schneer. I've been taking hours just to do one project, so like it's weird.
Do we have any projects?
That's me in English.
Yeah. So I mean, what the county wanted us to do, I told you, like they wanted to go strictly Edgenuity. I just don't think there's. I mean, this is a pain in the ass for me to go like to Orange Park go teach, but I think that this is, I don't know, better than like just assigning you stuff. I just don't think there's one. I think that you guys need somebody else to talk to besides your parents. Like I need to get away from my kids. I need to like, I think it's good mentally to kind of like try to stay consistent as possible. So like, are the lectures coming across okay? Like, is there anything I can do with that? I know like some people say they can't see the writing sometimes.
That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah,
The
they're
writing is
completely
the
better.
only thing.
It's so much better than Ingenuity. I really hate Ingenuity. It takes like 3 hours just to get through one thing.
Honestly, same.
Okay, I like it when I get taught in like a lecture kind of thing, because words to paper does not compute as well as someone explaining it to me. So yeah.
Well, like the only other way like I can kind of do like the lectures, I can do it from home, and like I can present the PowerPoint on here on Google Meet, and then like that's the only thing I might change, is that it might be able for you to like, hey, we're talking about gender pay gap. What exactly does that mean? Because there's things that like I put up that change, and that there's like, you know, there's certain questions that are like that I don't think of, like when I'm going over, I just assume that students know, and it sucks because I'm in an empty room and it's awkward as hell, and you know, I don't know, and I feel back to back to back. Yeah, it's frustrating.
If you presented it live, that'd be so much easier because then we can like ask you questions as you're going over it. Like
Yeah,
we
we
did
can
live.
like overlap with other people's questions and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
All right, I gotta.
That would be good.
Let me play with it right now. Then hold on one second. Let's see if I can actually pull it up and do that. I think there's a way to do it, but let me see. Copy. All right, so I'm going to present my screen. Entire screen. Okay. All right. Okay, so do y'all see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I can go through like this and just talk about each one. Now, I can't write it in for you. I mean, should I just tell say like that first line right there? I would just have to say, all right, man, include. I just have to like, you know, I guess go through my pointer and just do it that way. Yeah, maybe we just do that from now on. We'll finish.
That would be better.
Yeah, I've already got the other stuff recorded, so we'll do chapter 23 this way, and we'll do it. I'll put the videos on. You can, you know, and you can include that. And what I'll do on the next Google Meet is I'll go, all right, guys, you've had a chance to watch the videos, and I'll go through it, and I'll use that as a review session, and that way you get double what you need to go. And then chapter 24, we'll just do it this way. We'll just do it on here. So, okay, all right, that works. How has the other question I asked the other class was, how is Google Classroom organized for you guys? Is it too much all at once? Is it like, so I know for like Colt, my son, when he gets the stuff from his teacher, it's like just throwing spaghetti against the wall, and it's not really organized. Is when my stuff's being presented, I'll tell you what I'm trying to do. You tell me like what it comes across as. What I try to do is like, you have your daily updates, and I'll post those. It's not every day, but it's like every other day, or like maybe once a week, of what you got to get done each day and what has changed. And then after that, it's just you got to go by chapter, right? You know, we're in chapter 23, so you look up chapter 23, error protest, and you look what you have to be done. That's at least how I think it's being presented, but I don't get to see it from, like, I'm not a student, so I don't know what it looks like on the other end.
If you
I
want
think
to
it's
do it,
organized pretty well.
I think another person can present if you want to see how it looks like real quick.
Now, when one of you guys can present.
Yeah.
All right, so let me end my present. It's not presenting. Anybody have it pulled up right now?
I've got it pulled up.
All right, Steven, go ahead, bud.
Present a window. That's that. Can y'all see it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see it.
So when y'all go on, you go by stream or you go by classwork? What do y'all normally click on? You just look up what's
Stream.
I just go to
Immediate.
stream.
Stream.
You just look up what's the latest been posted.
Right.
Okay. Do y'all get notifications on your phone?
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
No matter what, because somebody said it doesn't matter if it's in material or assignments. You get the updates no matter what.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always do.
All right, cool, awesome, good deal. All right, man. Thanks, Steven.
Yes, sir.
I like doing this way better and way more interaction than an empty room for sure. Okay, so I'll think about it over the weekend and trying to think about like how we'll do this. I'll share the videos still. We'll still do it like we're supposed to do it in the May chapter 24. We'll make a final call on that. So, all right, it's that's all I really want to cover, and we're like 15 minutes in, so I never want to kind of take longer than that. Okay, if you have any questions, let's have them out now, so that way everybody can hear them. I haven't checked the chat, so I'm gonna take a minute to look over the chat too. Edgenuity is for lazy teachers. It's also trash. Nice job, Jason.
My math teacher started Edgenuity about 2 weeks ago, and I haven't heard from her since.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, guys. Y'all can roll out. I'll stay on here for 5-10 minutes. If anybody needs to talk, anybody wants to talk about anything, if anybody has any questions. Okay. See you later, bud. See you
Hey,
later.
Coach.
Phil,
Yes. What's up?
before you actually started teaching us, like when you had said that, like, oh, I'm gonna give y'all 5 more minutes, I was talking to my mom, and like in the middle of my sentence, we just both hear this male voice, and we both like freaked out.
Yeah, I saw that in the chat. Yeah. Yeah, it's creepy, huh? You just come across the
It was kind of scary.
I gotta say, with this whole abrupt school turns into homeschool kind of thing, I gotta say, with my previous experiences in homeschool, somehow our school board has found a way to make it even more, how should I put it, organized than an actual online school. Really weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
even though,
kind
yeah, this is messy, but it was not like K through 12. Oh my lord. It was everywhere.
I
It
mean,
was
I
everywhere.
actually cleaned my
You're saying
classroom once, so-
today's more organized than it was when you're actually doing homeschool, huh?
Yeah,
Gosh.
it was a mess.
Yeah, it's a hard to get to. I mean, we've been fortunate enough to, like, since day one, since the first test, we've been on Google Classroom. So like a lot of teachers had to like go recruit kids and or go, try to get a hold of them, let them know like their Google Classroom codes and all that. And well, I don't know how to deal with it. So I've been fortunate enough to get this thing on. So awesome.
Yeah, but like back when I was in homeschool, they barely like put up what you're supposed to do. They barely did anything. The teachers had 300 kids per classroom. It was terrible.
Yeah, I taught like 5 kids on virtual school a couple of springs ago, and I was like, I'm never going to do that again because
Yeah,
it's dumb. And there's no accountability. I don't get it.
All right, Coach O, you have a good one.
All right, guys, see you, man.
Hey, Coach.
Yeah, what's up?
So Monday I took the Chapter 22 test, but you put it in Focus as a 0. I sent you a message on Focus. I probably should have just like texted you, but I have a 0 for it, even though I took the test.
All right, let me go through and see what's up.
Abdir,
Hello.
did you get a 0 on it?
Yes.
All right. That answers your question on why you got a 0 then.
Oh. Wait. No.
I love you,
process.
Charlie.
That a process. 'Cause I got a good grade on
That
it.
was brutal.
God, Charlie, you're awful.
I'm sorry. I'm stuck in my house.
Yeah.
I did the gateway for the women's thingy, but my computer does not like to say that I even turn things in, so just making sure you got it.
All right, let me check. Let me get his done. I see yours, Abdir. You got a 37 on 37.40.
Dang.
So yeah, your grade changes. All right. So the other thing is, I keep forgetting to put names and periods as like a question on each one. So like I forgot to do it with that, and like there was like 20 people already answered. I was like, so I had to go. I'm gonna have to go back. What I'm gonna do? Let's see if I can find yours first. Yeah, the first like 25, I don't have the names on. What I'm gonna have to do? Don't worry about it. I'm pretty sure I got yours, and I'll let you know if I didn't. I'm gonna have to go like find your student number. I got a copy of Focus, and then it'll give me your name. So it might say 0 to start, and like just if it does, just send me a message when I put it in Focus, and I'll go back and go check it out. But it's gonna like what I did on the settings on that is I allowed people to turn in more than one. So that way, if they could resubmit it, you know, and put their and that way their names on it. So
Yeah, I ended up doing it twice.
yeah, okay. I'll take their highest grade, so don't worry.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
thank
bye,
you.
Coach.
See you guys.
Coach, I'm heading out too. See you.
All right, man. Bye.
Bye,
Have a
Coach.
good one, Coach.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Coach.
See you.